Episode 5 of MobLand is titled Funeral for a Friend, and we are halfway through this season. There are 5 episodes left in this entirety of a 10-episode season, and this is a really, really easy episode to follow. It is Tommy Stevenson's funeral. Now, we see Harry, Kevin, Conrad, Maeve, and Eddie kind of get together and trying to figure out, is this an ambush? Will Richie do something drastic at his son's funeral? But then, Harry takes a good measure and kind of, in a way, plants guns in Richie's home through another person who works for Richie and kind of has like a little kind of edge on him because he has some photos of him and Richie's wife. We then see the funeral take place and, Richie gets up to speak about his son and he's just staring down at Conrad, And you see the tension in the scene. You feel it in the air as well as you're watching. Like, holy shit, what's going to happen? And then Maeve, being the annoying bitch that she is, nothing against Helen Mirren because she's a great actress, but this character that she plays is so... like, Maeve is just like turning the knife at Conrad, and it's like he's staring you down, and Conrad's like, why don't you just shut the fuck up? That's it. And then, of course, after funeral, you go back to the home and everything, and then they go in, and it's just like Stevenson's on one side, and then and the Harrigan's on another, and it's like, okay, so they try to figure out what's going on. Eddie, for some reason, goes upstairs, does a line of coke, and Harry catches him, and it's like a really interesting standoff. It's like really interesting. Tom Hardy plays this role perfectly, and you really, really see that, and it's so much fun to see, and Eddie is scared shitless. Harry goes back downstairs, goes into the garage. We see that the weapons are there, takes a few guns out, a grenade, gives one to Kevin and everything, and then Maeve goes to Richie's wife, but then Richie's wife insults Maeve in front of everybody, and it's going to start. It's escalating. It's like, holy shit, what's going to happen? Harry gives a gun to Kevin, gives him a grenade, and you see Kevin kind of take a little pill or a roofie, puts it in his mother's drink, and she drinks it. It's like, okay, let's put that aside. We know what's going on, and it's just a one-on-one. It's like, all right. So then we see in the next scene, we see Conrad sitting down with Richie, and Richie's like, I wanted you here because I wanted to see if you would show up out of respect, and you did that. But be forewarned, if I see Eddie in a bar or anywhere out in public, it's all fair game. And you can see that Conrad does say that he agrees to all of that because Richie doesn't want a war. Nobody wants a war at all. Then it's the next scene. We see Maeve wake up after, Conrad has gone fishing for his trout in the river, and it's like, all right. Maeve is like pissed off because she got insulted in front of everybody, and she makes a phone call to Paul, and it's like, all right, what is going on with that? We then see everyone in their homes sleeping. It's peaceful, it's quiet. Richie's sleeping, and then we see Richie's wife, say, hey, you want anything from the market or anything? Richie's like, no. Then we follow her out. Spoiler warning, be forewarned, big spoiler warning. She gets in the car, boom, it blows up. That's the end of the episode. Wow, really, Maeve? Really? You had to do all this? They agreed to no war. You just started a fucking war. It's insane, and it's just really, really crazy because it's like so annoying. Harry, Conrad, and everyone are trying to keep a peace, and Maeve is just doing everything because she was insulted. Not only that, we have the character of Brendan and Serafina having their own scene where we see Brendan have a gem. He goes to Serafina because she does everything in gems and sells them for a higher price and whatnot. And it's really interesting to see how that's happening. Serafina wants 75%, while Brendan's like, no, you can't have that. So it's a nice little fun thing. And it was a pretty simple, straightforward episode, and it was really, really good, really well done. The tension was there, really well done scenes, and it was just like, all right, what's going to happen? And then something did happen at the end. Crazy, and we're halfway through, and I feel like this is where everything is going to pick up for sure, and the whole aspect of, okay, what will happen now? And will they find out that Maeve is behind the car bombing that killed Richie's wife? And it's like, oof, one by one, the dominoes are falling, but Who's going to be there to pick it up? Is it going to be Harry? Is it going to be someone else? And who is actually the one telling the police off and giving them kind of clues? Is it Maeve or is it someone else? I guess we just have to wait and see to find out. Let me know in the comment section what you thought about episode 5 of MobLand, titled Funeral for a Friend. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What did you think of it? What did you think about the aspect of the story, the tension? What was your favorite scene? And where do you think things will go on from now after that ending in this episode? Let me know in the comment section about all the questions I just asked. I'm Mr. Filmstock. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'll see you all in the next review video. And be sure you tune in next week to my episode 6 review of MobLand.